talk about this little Yachty story I saw while I was on the road because it made me laugh. It really made me laugh a lot. I am not a person who is perpetually angry at Little Yachty like a lot of people my age are that have listened to hip hop as long as I have. When Little Yachty first came out, I didn't get it. There have been greats in this industry that I didn't get it when they first came out. So I'm certainly not going to hold that against him. But I can say this far in, there are like a handful of Yachty songs that I really like. I think for the younger generation, he's one of the ones that more consistently do things that are unpredictable and interesting musically. Even if I don't always love the content, I usually love where he's headed creatively. I like that Minnesota song. It's ridiculous, but I like it. He's got this song called, I think it's A Cold Sunday. I'm like, damn, that's an amazing song over a beat that I wish I had. like I and and he manages to somehow be pushing the sound progressively and never really having his, I don't know what the word is because it's not authenticity because the younger stars these days it's not a question of authenticity. Maybe it's a question of their placement in the hip hop stratums, right? That never seems to go away as weird as he tries to take things, which I think is actually a pretty cool thing. I can't I I've played the Yachty songs that I like on here before, and they are very counter to what our sort of established morning show values are. So I've learned I don't really do that that much these days, and I think that's fine because I'd much rather keep everything feeling nice and welcoming for all of the wonderful, curious, and kind folks that we have here than to try to introduce stuff that pushes the line. But I did see the Lil Yachty. Lil Yachty has a history of saying, one might say, disrespectful things about hip hop from before his time. Some of it, I think, is valid criticism, and some of it is kind of nonsense. I was alerted via one of these social media platforms that he said Rapper's Delight was weak as hell. Lil Yachty says Rapper's Delight was weak as hell. Now, what I need to do is find out more, and I need to hear the quote in context because I just need to, like, it's one of those sorts of things where if this is it, like if this is a sincere representation of what he said, I have so many questions about that. I have so many questions about it. So I want to find out more. So first, here's this article that sort of encapsulates the controversy. Little Yachty is once again poking the hip hop bear, and this time he's aimed at one of the genre's foundational records. During a recent appearance on the Bootleg Kev show, Yachty revisited his ongoing critique of older eras of rap. The Atlanta rapper has previously questioned whether 1990s hip hop was as untouchable as many fans claim, suggesting that nostalgia sometimes inflates the quality of the music. That alone was enough to spark debate, but then he took it a step further. On the show, Yachty spoke about going back to study early hip-hop and landed on Sugar Hill Gang's 1979 classic Rapper's Delight. He didn't mince words. According to Yachty, Rapper's Delight was weak as hell. He went on to clown the group's delivery, imitating the cadence while basically arguing it sounds dated and overly simple by today's standards. And I think this caused my basic question into the conversation, which is we're talking about a song from what 1977, I think is when that song came out. 1977. Was there a chance that he thought it wouldn't sound dated? Oh, 1979. Did he think it was going to sound space aged or advanced? Did he think it would be a lyrical masterpiece of some sort? I'm just so curious what he was expecting to find. Did he think that somehow rap songs from 1979 could be more technically impressive than modern ones? I'm so confused on looking back toward Rappers Delight with the metrics of today. That seems really, really, at best, an interesting approach. Now, to be clear, criticizing older music isn't a crime. Generational takes a part of hip hop's DNA. Every era questions the one before, but Rapper's Delight isn't just another throwback record. It's widely credited as one of the first commercially successful rap singles, a cultural breakthrough that helped introduce hip hop to a global audience. Whether someone thinks it slaps by modern production standards almost misses the point. I would say it completely misses the point. Completely. I think I'm going to go ahead and say that it's a foolish approach. That's foolish. It's unwise. It's silly. That's a silly thing to do. Because of course it's going to sound dated. Like, this is like the first rap song. It's when guys got together and Sylvia Robinson put them together. Big Bank Hank was working at a pizza shop and he used Grandmaster Cash's lyrics and Wonder Mike, and I forgot the other gentleman's name. They were figuring out how to make rap music in a studio. They just used to rap on microphones at parties or at discos. Nobody was doing this, let alone selling it to people or having it played on the radio and to see if it worked. Like, a lot of people, this was the first rap song they ever heard in their entire life. In 1979. What was the strength that he was looking for? What should it have sounded like? I wonder. What does he think? Should it have been trap drums? Should it have been? Should they have gone forward in time and then brought back trap drums to 1979 and just blew everybody's mind? Is that what he expected? Is like he's studying, but is he understanding the genre that it was building on? It was building on disco. Like, did he want advanced rhymes? They were figuring out how to write rhymes. Let's check out the clip here. I have not seen any of this yet.
Yo, you came out of the SoundCloud era that is it's historically important because we got so many incredible artists, but also there was so much crazy bullshit that kind of came out of that era as well.
But every era, so funny. I remember
his voice is wild.
Do my research on just like the music that came before me. It was a lot of bullshit that came out of the 90s.
Well, see, this is the thing. If he went back to study to prove the point that there was bullshit released in the 90s, maybe because he's heard the 90s glorified so much, he went back to see if 90s rap music held up like the way that people were talking about it. I understand that. In every era, there's good shit and bullshit, right? So I think that sometimes people can unfairly hold up the past and saying that old hip hop is better than new hip hop. I think sometimes people can just say that as a blanket statement just because they might have liked more of it then, but that doesn't mean it wasn't bullshit, right? But I would ask a question like this. There's a lot of talk about the greatest MCs of all time, the greatest rappers of all time. Does anybody put anybody from the Sugar Hill Gang in their greatest MCs of all time? Even people who lived through that era, who were young adults when that song came out, none of them is talking about, oh man, Wonder Mike is the greatest rapper of all time. Nobody's saying that. Nobody is holding up this song as the paragon of lyricism. Because it was just some young dudes trying to figure it out.
It's fair. Bullshit that came out in the fucking 80s and early 2000s, but they act like only the 2016 and up.
I just think it was a little more. I think it was a little more. It was a little more elevated.
Sure,
the amounts of bullshit,
but not all of it.
No, you're right.
There's some stuff out there that, but it's so crazy. I remember in 2016, before I did my research, I didn't know this. If it was 2016 and I knew it was so much bullshit in the 90s, I'd be like, yo, y'all fucking tripping. You know what I'm saying? It was a lot of weak ass shit going on out there. And just to be, as a matter of fact, actually, you know what's so crazy?
Oh God, he's just decided to. You can see it in his eyes. He's just decided to say something foolish.
I think about all the time. I always think about the first song in hip hop. I hope this don't frighten me. It probably will.
Yeah, because you about to. Okay.
And I always think about a hip, a hop, a hip. A
Rappers
hip, a
Delight?
boom, top and the boom, da,
Was
da,
it-
ba,
yeah.
ticka, bing, da, ba, da. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be thinking like, damn, bro, y'all be really acting like we just got down, like we got down, just couldn't, like we was the only niggas saying some shit that didn't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was hipping and hopping in, hip, da, da, ba, ba, da, boom, da, da, ba, ba, da, da, bing, and I'm like, come on.
Okay, so is he trying to make a finer point about how rappers in the SoundCloud generation were criticized for saying stuff that doesn't make any sense, or like saying stuff that's not really words, for mumbling, just making sounds? So is he trying to say that they are criticized unfairly for that, considering the first song had somebody doing hip to the bang bang, the up jump, the rhythm to the boogity bee? Is that because that is at least is a little more coherent, even if still misguided. That's a little more coherent than that song was weak.
Bro, that shit was weak as hell, bro. Like, niggas be acting like,
Go home,
no,
do
bro,
like
come on. Yeah, I do shoot my brother to the store, and I went in the grocery store with it. Come on, bro.
But no, but see, that's because, so if it's the cadence, then that's just stupid. That's actually stupid. That's actually stupid. Because let me explain something to those out here who don't understand. There was no such thing as cadence. So you can't criticize the quality of the cadence when they were inventing cadence. There wasn't one before, and they started using one that was fun and easy for them at the time when no such thing existed. So to go back and criticize that now, I don't know. It just seems foolish.
Y'all acting like that shit wasn't weak. That shit was dumb weak, bro. But niggas be acting like we was the only ones that made some crazy shit. I think
Right.
I agree with you. I do think that there was more intention, probably, right? You had more. You had a DMX and you had a Busta Rhymes and
But see, but now he's gone from 79 to 2001.
you had a Tupac and you had all these
Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, all these.
Nas,
Yeah,
and-
of course, and, you know, yes, all you had all these Prodigy
was.
and
I've seen that
Mobb Deep. So you did have. There was a lot more. You know what I will say? I think that hip hop lost its. Like it's what's the word for like just like the way there was division. Like if you was from the West, you sounded like it. If you was from the North, you sounded like it.
Yeah, I think the region. I feel like the internet
Yeah,
removed.
I guess distinctiveness.
Yeah, and there was also, I feel like, a lot more subgenres back in the day, because
Right.
we'd be like, because back in the day, you would look at like Volume 2 from Jay-Z, and that would be commercial rap.
Right.
But then there'd be
He ain't never heard Volume 2 from Jay-Z. You can see.
like Black
Look at those eyes. It's not the eyes of somebody who's heard a project that's being talked about right now.
Stars album, which would be like my Most Def Until Quality. That was like backpack shit. But it's like nowadays, I feel like everything just kind of like
rap.
like nowadays, like weirdly enough, like even though Playboi Carti is one of the biggest rappers in the world, like he's like he's an underground rapper, low key.
You think so? I mean, I think that.
Like I feel like to a lot of people. Like
Yeah.
if you think like how big just like a guy like Destroy Lonely is, right?
So and I think it's only hip hop though. I feel like we're the only genre that doesn't. We don't really we don't categorize and subgenre our genre enough. I think that we just kind
Oh, really? Oh, imagine that. Imagine someone thinking that rap should have more subgenres. Rap should have more individual categories. Imagine that. I wonder what somebody's gonna do about that ever. This brand new problem.
of like put it on the playing field of just like hip hop or rap instead of like really cutting into the depth of the genre, because I think that there's a place for all of it.
For sure.
Rap, right? And I think that
Who are these other people sitting here too? Why do they have microphones and they aren't talking? Who are these people? Why are they sitting there? I don't understand.
since our genre again is so new, and our genre is so egotistical, and our genre is so macho, and our genre is so this and straight, like straight down the narrow path. The narrow is this, the street is trap, all these codes and ethics that come with it. That when you got this something that's okay, completely different than what we are used to, it's like, whoa, we don't understand this. That ain't hip hop. That ain't right. Then it becomes, that's when it becomes a hit. But because
Well, I don't know if he's going to talk anymore about the thing that we're here to hear about. I feel like that was the end of his anti-rappers delight tirade. That I guess he just had that bubbling up in him for a while, and he just felt like it was time. It was time to unleash a wave of criticism on Rappers Delight. Rappers Delight's just been getting away with it for too long. Little Yachty thought it's time to set the record straight on everybody's favorite rap song, Rappers Delight, because in reality is weak, right? Like, so this would be like Kyrie Irving going back and watching footage that doesn't exist of James Naismith and being like, man, that dude was weak. He didn't have no crossover. He didn't do no step backs. He didn't do no Euro steps. That guy sucks. It's like Studio Bones going back and watching Steamboat Willie and being like, man, this animation sucks. There ain't nearly enough frames here. I can see the different pencil marks and inconsistencies. Somebody at Ferrari, man, the Model T was trash. No pickup. The gear shifting. Did they even have gears? 0 to 60 in like 2 hours. Can't win no races with this. What were they thinking? Come on, man. Let's era criticism is fine, but god damn it, man. Like, let's leave the foolishness out of it. Let's just leave the foolishness out of it. That's all. Like and subscribe, homie, friend. It's free. Stop playing.